conference with Lily Real. Lily, thank you for joining us. Just opening for you your reflections over the last couple of days, especially with two games, two wins picked up before going and facing Angel City.
Yeah, I think for us, obviously it's huge to get these wins. I think we're in a part of season where we know we need to like pick up as many points as we can. So for us going into this game, like the goal doesn't change. We're just looking to continue to pick up points where we can and put together performances that we're really proud of. So I think the team's been coming together pretty well and we're just really trying to mesh and starting to mesh. And then be able to put together those full 90-minute performances, not just little ebbs and flows or 15-minute spurts. So, yeah.
Definitely saw that out in Orlando, those two goals there to bring home 3 points. Just
Mhm.
how much was that a momentum lifter for this squad, especially as the table gets tighter?
Yeah, I think for us, we know Orlando's a great opponent. Obviously, they won last year, so being able to go on the road and play in front of their fans and pick up a huge win for us, it's just a reflection of a lot of the work that we've been putting in over the past couple weeks and adjustments we've been making to, put ourselves in the best position possible to beat these top ranked teams and teams that are just, a little bit higher than us in the table right now. So for us, we're just looking to, continue to beat teams as much as possible and, put together the rest of the season, I guess, just putting together complete 90-minute performances, I feel like is really at the forefront of what we're looking to do each game now.
Absolutely. We'll open it up to questions here if you'd like to use the raise hand function. But just looking ahead also to Angel City, obviously some differences in the roster, differences
Mhm.
in coach since we last faced them in April. Just overall, what have you emphasized this week as you've looked towards that matchup?
Yeah, I think we know, from them they're pretty dynamic up top. So understanding, the speed and the versatility that they have up there is going to be a big thing as a defender. I think they're a team who's also kind of similar to us, trying to, pick up as many points as they can and put together a cohesive 90-minute performance and beat some of these top ranked teams while also, meshing together as a group because like you said, they have a couple different players coming in here and there. So I think going into that game, yeah, we just really need to, stay grounded and work harder than them. And we know that there's going to be areas that they're going to potentially expose us for, but we also have some areas that we know we can try and beat them out with. So I think for us, just going into this one, it's definitely just going to come down to, who can play better soccer and finish their chances.
All right, opening it up again to people on the chat. If not, I do have a few more. But Peyton, go ahead.
Hello, Lily. Thanks for your time. Just wondering kind of how you touched on like everything's kind of coming together, getting the game to be more complete. And I was wondering um, what you've seen or noticed, if there are any areas that you've personally feel like you've really grown into as you guys have been coming together as a team and you've been progressing throughout the year personally.
Yeah, I think for me, like stepping into the outside back role was definitely challenging in the beginning of the season. So I think right now I'm really just working on and trying to, get better at the attacking part of that position. Cause I think, you know, changing from center back to outside back, the defending is somewhat the same, but I think where it really differentiates is the different angles and the different passes that you have to look for. So, instead of being a center back where I'm looking into connecting into the midfield right now, I'm focusing more on how can I find the furthest player, how can I find the nine and get us in dangerous parts of the field a little bit more consistently. For me, I'm a left-footed player, so cutting in and driving with my right foot is definitely something that I've had to work into. I think similarly at the center back position, you're in the center of the field, so you can kind of drive either way, and it makes it a little bit easier. But to really touch inside from the outside of the field and just rely only on your right foot is sometimes difficult. So for me, that's definitely something I've been working on, and I think with that being said, driving into the inside of the field and then connecting with the 9 is something that I've really had to challenge myself and grow into.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peyton. David, if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Hi, Lily. Thank you for your time. So Gotham has conceded just one goal in their last 4 matches. So from your perspective on the back line, what's been the key to that defensive consistency, and how do you carry that into a high-pressure match like this one?
Yeah, I think for us, like defending is something our team really prides ourselves in. I think we do a really good job defensively as a whole team, back to front. You know, when the ball's in our box, we have the 9 and we have our forwards back most of the time helping defending. So, yeah, I think it's really a credit to the whole team, not just our back line, but at the same time, I think, you know, our back line really prides ourselves also on just leading the tempo and driving the tempo of the team. So, as much as we want to do that on attack, I think it starts from some of those defensive plays and the big tackles that we can get into to try and help give our team some momentum that we need. I think we know we need to, you know, score more goals or get more chances. So for us, staying consistent in the back line is huge, and it's key to then driving the team forward.
David, I see your hand still raised if you wanted to ask another.
Yeah, so one more question for you. With just a few matches left in the playoff race this tight, what's been the message among the players about staying locked in and finishing strong?
Yeah, I think, you know, as I kind of led with at the beginning, I think for us, we're, you know, not putting too much pressure on ourselves, because I think that's when you can get pretty overwhelmed or a little anxious. And for us, I think we're just focusing more on how can we connect with each other, how can we put together a full 90-minute performance, because I really think there have been pretty good spells and spurts of really strong halves, whether it's the first or the second half. But for us, I think we just need to focus more on having a complete game performance. So yeah, I think we're really just focusing more on the little adjustments we can make and less on, you know, the final outcome or the big goal. Obviously, making playoffs is, you know, the driving factor right now, but I think it's more just like about the little things that we can fix to stay focused on, you know, the next game mentality.
All right, thank you, David. And Lily, I'll just wrap with, aside from everything that happens on the pitch, I know you had a pretty fun experience in the New York area with your US Open appearance. Just how much fun was something like that? And how does that kind of aid to when you're in the midst of a season, being able to kind of relax and do something that you truthfully might not get to do other than in New York?
Yeah, I think it was an amazing experience. It's such a cool thing to be a part of, because I think watching it on TV doesn't really do it justice. So the experience and being as close as we were to the players, and just, you know, obviously we play on the weekends, and it's awesome to have our fans around us, but I think being in an environment where you are just a spectator is an amazing thing. You can really just enjoy the sport and enjoy the game that you're watching. So not only was it like a good perspective, but it was also just a nice relaxing time with a lot of the girls on our team, and meeting some pretty cool individuals there as well. So
I was gonna say, did we try the chicken nuggets with
we
caviar?
did, yes. I didn't try the caviar actually, because it was a little bit outside my price budget, but some of the girls on our team did. So yeah, they had good things to say about the caviar, not so much the chicken and caviar combo. So that's what I've heard. But the food there was really good actually. They have a good selection of things. But yeah, it was cool. We had like Venus Williams in our box, so it was pretty insane. Yeah, it was cool.